Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful glitter offset that I put onto this baby muslin cloth. Okay, so stay tuned to find out exactly how I made this creation. Start writing in what I want to write, pressing the backspace, and what I'm going to put on there is baby dear Wara. I'm going to change the font. I'm going to pick a curvative font called Bayamo. Here we go, Bayamo single layer cutting. And there we go. So I want a offset. What I've noticed with offset, if you make your image a lot bigger, you can get a very nice thin offset. So I'm going to put in my offset. But before I do that, I'm going to weld it. Whenever you've got curvative fonts, you should always weld it. If not, you will get the letters cut out separate. It'll be very difficult to read. So this weld right at the bottom here. And now that has welded together, you can see on my layers column, it says weld result and it's got baby Diawara. I'm going to go to my offset tool and I'm going to make my offset. So I want a very thin offset. So I'm just going to see how big 0.635 is. And I'll probably make it a tad bit smaller. So now I want to make it a bit smaller. So I'm just going to go with about 0.2 offset. That's the kind of size that I want. That's perfect. That's perfect. So I'm going to press apply. And we can see the baby Diawara. So there are little pieces here. I'm going to go to the contour tool because if you see there are right here, like I want to get rid of this. I want this to be filled in such as I do. I'll probably leave the D and like the B. I want that to be filled in. So the way you do that is you go to contour. And it's probably just me being just very picky. And where you want it to be filled in, you just select it out. So here I wanted that to be filled in, and this one here, just going to select it. I think I'll keep the B, and then you just press the cancel button at the top, and then that should be all filled in. So that looks really good to me. And then what we're going to go with next, we're going to make it. So here you can see we've got our separate layers. I'm going to cut this one in a gold and I'm going to cut this one in black. So you can change your colors of your layers. So when you cut, it makes it a lot easier. So I just select it and at the top here, operation, there's a color function and I'm just going to click black for the text. And then for the offset, I do want it in it's going to be a glitter gold. So you can even trial it out and see what it looks like before you actually print it. And then I'm going to go to make it. So for heat transfer vinyl, the main thing you need to do to ensure you get a perfect cut every time is go to mirror, turn your mirror on, just as you will for all of them. So I selected number 1, I turned my mirror on. Number 2, you can see the mirror tab is switched off. I need to switch it on. Whenever you're doing a heat transfer vinyl, your mirror must be switched on. I'm sure there must be a few people watching this who have used the Cricut and forgot to mirror. I'm guilty to that. If you are as well, let me know in the comments. I'm very guilty to forgetting to mirror it. But I feel like once you do it once, you will never forget. So for this cut here, I'm going to just use regular iron-on, everyday iron-on, or on your Cricut, you can set it to iron-on if you have an Explorer. For this one here, I'm going to use glitter vinyl. So once I cut this, Cricut will automatically go to number 2. And I'm going to show you how I get the glitter vinyl setting. So if you have an Explorer Air, you set it to custom. If you have a Maker, you already have this screen here. Here you can see I've got glitter iron-on in my favorites already, but I'm going to go to browse all materials. I'm just going to show you how I find it. Search all materials and I'll type in glitter. And there you see glitter iron-on. You'll just select it and say done. If you want to save into your favorites, you just click the star and it will turn gray, and that means it's saved into your favorites, so you don't have to search for it every time. So that is set to glitter iron on. But I'm going to do my black first, which I'm going to just do as an iron on because it's not glitter, it's not anything thick. The glitter material is much more thicker. Okay, so here's my mat. Got my black heat transfer vinyl here. This is the brand I'm using, Swanza. It's from Amazon. I'll link it in the description as well. I really like this HTV. I've used other HTV and I haven't been very successful with some of them, but Swanza brand is one, and this is not sponsored, it's just one that I actually like. So as I said, the HTV needs to be shiny side down. So what that means, I'm going to slightly peel it and show you what that means. So if you can see, it's very hard to see, this here is a plastic layer. So the top bit is a plastic and the bottom is a HTV, if you can see that in the camera. So what you need to do is that this plastic layer needs to lay on your mat. So sometimes it's very hard to see where the plastic is, so you can peel the edge just to see where the plastic is. And when you peel it, you will see one side is plastic, one side is HTV. So the plastic layer is on this side. So I'm going to make sure the plastic layer lays down flat on my mat. And my HTV side is up. I use these brayer tools to really ensure the vinyl stuck down. I found that using these tools allows for a better cut. I'll link this as well in the description. I get it from Amazon. It's about £7, but I absolutely love it. It's made such a difference in the cut. And then I'm going to put this into my Cricut machine. So now I've put my heat transfer vinyl on my mat, on my standard grip green mat. And you can see my Cricut machine is flashing, which means it needs to feed in the mat. So I'll just press this. And then afterwards the C flashes, so I'll just press the C, and then the Cricut will start cutting out the words that I need. So I'm onto my goat now. Make sure whenever you lay down your mat, you put the plastic side down on your mat. So the shiny side will go down. And don't forget your brayer tool to get that perfect cut every time. And I'm going to use this on glitter iron-on setting, more pressure. Sorry about the noise in the background, it's my dishwasher. I'm in my kitchen at the moment. I'm doing this craft, so yeah, just try and ignore it. So when you start weeding, try and grab a corner, and then it is a bit, I like to use my hands because HTV is quite thick. It's not like adhesive vinyl. And just start pulling it away. So I do like to just work with my hands sometimes, especially for HTV, but you can use a weeding tool. It's just the same, but when you use it, you will realize it is a lot thicker than regular adhesive vinyl. If you've chosen the correct cut settings, you won't have any issues in weeding. You see, that's just coming straight off. So easy, easily done. So now you can see it's getting there. So we just have to weed out these letters. So that's why you have to mirror it, because it's back to front. So we cut on this side. So then you just use your tool to weed out these letters. A little trick I like to do is on my lint roller, I just put the excess on my lint roller, because these pieces aren't very sticky, so it's good to just put the excess on there. So there we go, that's the first bit. Now we're going to do the offset. So with glitter vinyl, it's very hard to see. So there's no point in weeding the whole sheet, because my design was not the whole of the sheet. So you can fold it. So what I like to do with, just move this out the way, with glitter is just roll it up and then it makes it a lot easier for you to see your cut lines. I'm not sure if you can see it in this camera. No, you can, yeah, you can slightly see where the cut lines are when you roll it up. Another trick, or not trick, another hack that you can do is put some baby powder over it. So I'm just gonna cut around my image. I know it's very hard for you guys to see it, but I can actually see it now that I've rolled it up. I can see where my image is. And if you're still having trouble weeding it, especially with the glitter, you can just fold it like this. And then when you unravel it again, the cut lines are a lot more clearer to see. Because with the glitter, it can be very tricky to see where it is. And then you just weed. So easy. If you use the correct setting, I've heard so many people saying they can't weed glitter HTV. It's so difficult, but if you use that glitter iron-on setting on more pressure, you can have stress-free weeding just like that. We don't want to waste time around here. So this one, I have a few. So if you're not sure, you can just fold it like this, and then can you see now? You can see the cut lines, so you know exactly where to weed, and you just weed it out. So I'm going to be using heat transfer on a baby muslin cloth. So before you do that, you just use your lint roller to get rid of any type of debris or fluff or anything. I'm using the Cricut mini press. I'm going to link this in the description if it's something you'll like to use. It gets very hot. You can use an iron instead if you want, but just bear in mind an iron does not get as hot as this mini press. And if you do use an iron, you need to make sure you turn the water off. There should be no water, no steam coming out of your iron at all. It will ruin your HTV. So I'm going to turn it on. Because I'm using glitter, I want it on the hottest setting. So I put it on to the 3rd setting. Once it goes green, that means it's ready for me to use. So I'm going to keep it in this base for now. So it's got a little stand. And I'm going to put down my offset. So my glitter offset, you put it down so that the plastic is now up. And I want it to be, and to make sure my muslin is straight. And I want to put it around here. Just in the middle. I think I'll put it in the middle. And I'll put it at the bottom. Yeah. Towards the bottom. Just make sure everything is straight and flat. So that noise means that it's ready, so I can go on and heat press. So you can go directly onto this, or you can use a Teflon sheet. You can go straight over the plastic because it's protected. You can go straight over it. It's okay. I'm going to use a Teflon sheet because it helps to distribute the heat a lot more better. So usually I would use my heat press, but I have it away in storage, so I'm just using this mini press for today. But if you have a heat press, you can just put it underneath the heat press for the recommended temperature. So I'm just going to be doing one section at a time. I'll start off with over here and just make sure everywhere gets sufficient heat using this. So with the heat press, advantage using the bigger heat press is that you know how long you're doing it. This is more of a guesstimate. So because I've been doing this for quite a while, I know how long to put it on for and when it's ready. So once that's done, you can lift up your sheet. So different HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl, have different times you pull off the plastic. Some of them are hot peels, so you can pull it off when it's hot. Some of them are cold peels, so you have to wait for it to cool down before you peel it off. And some of them are warm peels, so you can wait till it's a bit cool, a bit warm before you pull it off. So this one is a hot peel, so I can pull this off straight away. and you can see that comes off lovely. And then with the glitter, I do like to go over it with the lint roller, mainly because sometimes there are some glitter pieces. So when I stick down my second layer, I don't want there to be any like flyaway glitter pieces. And then I go with my black words on top. So this is where you have to be as accurate as you can to place it on top. So make sure you are putting it in exactly the right place before you continue, because if it's off, it's going to be very difficult to put it down. So you just have to align it as much as you can, because when you put down, it has shrunk slightly. So I'm going to actually split it in half. When you do put down HTV, it does slightly shrink, so just bear that in mind. So to get it a lot more accurate, I'm going to just split the words in half. I've cut them in half so I can put it down. And there, if you can see it, when I show you the final, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Like, this color combination is amazing. Put down my Teflon sheet. Try not to move anything. If you think you are going to move, you can use heat resistant tape. Then I go over with my, I felt like I moved it. No, I didn't. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. We're not rushing here. Just making sure heat is applied evenly. Okay, so haven't even peeled it off, but it is looking lovely. Look at that. Like, it looks much better for real as well. When you see this glitter, how it's shimmering. I haven't even peeled off the tape yet, so I'm going to peel off. So this one is a cool peel. Just remember, it's a cool peel. So I do have to wait for it to cool down before I lift it off the glitter. So when you lift it off, just take your time, just in case anything hasn't stuck. You have a chance to put it back down and not ruin your project. So that's the first part lifted up. I'm gonna go with the second part. Yeah, so the black was a cool peel. So I had to wait down, not cool peel, sorry, a warm peel. So I had to wait for it to cool down a bit. If it's hot, it's not gonna peel properly. And like, this is very satisfying for me, like seeing that final project. I don't know if anyone else gets that type of satisfaction feeling. Oh, wow. This baby is going to be a very glam baby. Look at that. I'm going to show you the final of everything that I've made for this baby, okay? Oh yeah, I forgot to say, when I finish, I do put down this Teflon sheet and just go over it very quick, just to really seal it all in.